Remember these wall decals that I shared in a recent Dollar Tree video? Well, today we're going to use them on a really fun craft. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I hope you'll stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Y'all, today we're going to have some fun using these Dollar Tree decals. I shared them with you in a recent sticker haul video that I did from Dollar Tree, and I really love these. So today, y'all, we are going to take these and turn them into the sweetest project. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at what it is we're going to be making. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's a really closer look at what we're going to be making today. When finished, the box is approximately 9 by 6 by 1.5. It is a nice size box, but it's what's in it that really makes this project shine. So I'm going to remove the lid so that I can show you what we've done with this. We're going to take this and we're going to turn it into 3 odd-sized cards. Y'all, these are mailable. Check with your postal service to see if there's any additional postage that might be required because of the size. But look at how gorgeous these are. I just used a couple of mats to help make this saying pop, and it says, "There is always hope. Faith can move mountains, and let everything you do be done with love." And on each one of them on the inside, I just added a little gold leaf to the inside. And everything else is blank. So you can take these and you can write a lovely message to someone who might need some words of encouragement or a pick-me-up. Or this trio is a great gift. So what we have in this box, we have 2 cards that are going to be 5.5 by 6.5. And we have 1 card that is 8.5 by 5.5. So this is really a very large card. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it back together, because here is what we're going to need to make it. We're going to be using a sheet of the Dollar Tree black poster board. This poster board is 11 by 14. And then I have 6 sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I have a decorative piece of cardstock that measures 11 7/8 by 9. And I have a decorative piece of cardstock that measures 12 by 9 1/8. So this is going to be so easy. We really are doing some very economical paper crafting. And of course, I'll be using one of the decal sheets from the Dollar Tree to make this project. So let's go ahead and do the card bases first. So I'll be using 3 sheets of white, and I'm going to keep one at 8.5 by 11, and on the 11-inch side I'm going to score it at 5.5. So we're going to have a very large card that is 5.5 by 8.5. And so then we're going to take the other 2 bases and we're going to cut these at 6.5. Let's go ahead and cut at 6.5, and we'll go ahead and score these at 5.5. So we're going to have 2 cards that are 5.5 by 6.5 and 1 card that is 8.5 by 5.5. So on the 11-inch side, score at 5.5. Those are the card bases. Now I'm going to bring in this black so that we can cut out the black mat. So for that larger card, which is 8.5 by 5.5, I am going to go ahead and just cut my base at 5 by 8. Then for the 2 cards that are 6.5 by 5.5, I am going to cut my base for these at 6 by 5. And I'll have 2 of those cut at 6 by 5. So I have 1 black mat that's 8 by 5, and I have 2 black mats that are 6 by 5. So now we're going to cut those top white mats. So I am going to cut my first one at 4.5 by 7.5. Then I'll cut my second two at 5.5 by 4.5. All right, so now we have our card bases. So we have two pieces that are 4.5 by 5.5. We have two pieces that are 5 by 6. We have one piece that is 8 by 5. We have one piece that is 4.5 by 7.5. So I am just going to take my card bases and let's go ahead and fold these. And now I'm going to take my mats and just mount these like this. So we'll have 3 of those. So I'm going to go ahead and I can use my tape runner for this because this tape does have a nice stick on it. So I am just going to put some tape here on the back. We'll take this piece and get it stuck. And then we'll do the same thing with these. Let's just put that down. There. And then we'll take this one and put it on right there. So now that we have our bases done, I am going to go ahead and just put on my little decal here. And these things really do have a very nice stick on them. So I'm going to take this one and put it down on one of my smaller cards. We'll take this one and put it on one of the smaller cards. I love how these look. And then we'll take this one, which is the longest one, and we'll put it on the larger mat. So let's just get that placed and get that stuck. So now I have my 3 mats. I can bring in my card bases. I'll give these another crisp fold because my cardstock is kind of thick. I'm using the heavyweight cardstock from Hobby Lobby, and it's a really nice thick cardstock. So now I can take my tape. Let's add some tape to the back and get these stuck. I'll take this one and we're going to put it down right here. Y'all, I think I am going to place a little something here on the inside. I just haven't decided what yet. But isn't this a beautiful, beautiful card? If you have someone who just needs a pick-me-up, I think these little inspirational sayings will definitely do that. And we're not spending a whole lot to make this. So let's take this one, put it down like that. And that black and white is popping. Y'all, I love how it looks. So I am just going to take some more tape and put it here. will take this one and put it right here. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We have 3 fabulous cards. Let's make a beautiful holder for these cards. Let's bring in our decorative pieces. Easy peasy. We're going to score at 1 1/2 inches on all 4 sides. 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. One and 1/2, all 4 sides on both pieces. All right, so let's fold and burnish these score marks. Give it a nice crisp burnishing. And when you have paper like this, guys, you can run it through your printer if you want to make it double-sided, or you can add an inside liner to it to make it double-sided if you want. I am just going to leave this as is. All right, on the larger piece, which is your 12-inch piece, I am just going to go ahead and add a little finger grab using my punch. And I will do the same thing on this end as well. I'm just going to add a notch so that you can insert that finger and pull up for the lid. So now I'm going to take this, go up to the score mark, drag straight down, angle in, do it here. Let's angle in, flip it to the opposite end, and do the same thing. And then let's do it with this piece. This is the bottom piece, so we're just going to go up and angle, do that here, angle, let's do that right here, and angle, and angle. Now we're going to put the box together, and I like to put my boxes together using my reptile adhesive. This box will not be carrying a lot of weight, so if you wanted to, you can use your tear tape. I would not use snail tape, a snail tape runner, to hold this together because it probably won't hold your box together long term. And we do want this box to be a long-term use. So I'm just going to go in. Let's get that nice and stuck. Do the same thing over here. We're going to add that glue. Add some glue right here. And then we can take this, let's smush it around in the glue to get the glue on both pieces of paper. Let's make sure our corners are nice, tight, and crisp. Go in, get that stuck. Let's do the same thing on this side. Getting it nice, tight, and crisp so that when you run your finger, there is nothing hanging over the edge. And let's get this stuck. And now we're going to do the same thing with our lid. Adding that glue, smush it around, get my corners matched, nice, tight, and crisp. So now we have the bottom, we have the top. We can take our cards, put them in on the inside like this. All right, y'all, so I ended up having to make my box bottom over because when I was punching my finger grabs, I thought I was punching the lid. I was actually punching the box bottom. So I ended up redoing this piece and making it a little bit smaller than this one so that I could use this on it. But the original measurements that I gave you are correct. I had to adjust mine because I wanted to salvage this. but those original measurements are correct. Let's go ahead and put our lid on the box. And now I do have my finger grabs here on the outside. When I redid it, I oriented my stripes in the opposite direction of the lid, but that's okay, y'all. Sometimes those things happen and we just have to roll with it. So if we have cards, we definitely need an envelope. So I'll show you how to make an envelope for this size and for the larger size. So to make an envelope for this card, I am going to cut my paper at 12 by 8 3/4. So let's just go ahead and cut it down to 8 3/4. And now I'm going to score on the 8 3/4 inch side at 1, rotate it to the opposite, 8 3/4 inch side, and score at 1. Now I'll turn it to the 12-inch side. Let's score at 5 1/2 and 11 1/8. For the larger one, we're going to cut our paper at 10 5/8 by 12. And on the 10 5/8 inch side, let's score at 1. Rotate to the opposite 10 5/8 inch side and score at 1. Let's turn it to the 12-inch side. Let's score at 5 1/2. And let's score at 11 1/8. And now we're just going to fold and burnish all of our scores, and we are going to make a nice little envelope that will hold our cards. All right, so let's go ahead and free our center flap, which is this flap here. That's going to be our adhesive flap. So here, let's just angle in here. We can angle here, and then we're going to remove the long corner pieces right here. And let's do the same thing with this one. Let's just go in and get the center flap, which is this one. We're going to free it because this will be our adhesive. That's where we will join it together. We'll do the same thing over here. Don't worry about that because you're not going to see it. Let's go ahead and cut in at an angle there. Cut in at an angle here to remove this piece. And then right here. And so now we can put the envelopes together with our tape runner because this is a very thin paper. So I am just going to take my tape runner, go along the edge like this. Then I'll add just a little bit there, as well as a little bit there. We can fold up. And now we have a nice envelope. Let's do the same thing with this one. Let's go ahead and add our tape. Add a little bit of tape here and a little bit of tape there. Let's fold up and over. And y'all, normally I round my envelopes, the parts here and here, but I didn't this time, and that's okay. So let's bring in our card. Let's take this card and put it in the envelope. Nice envelope for a nice card. And let's take this card and put it in the envelope. Nice fit. Isn't that beautiful? So now we're going to take these out. Bring the box back in. I'll make that third envelope off camera. It'll be identical to this one. So now we can take our envelopes. We can put them in like this. We can take our cards, put them in, and now we have a beautiful little set that we can gift, keep, or sell. I do think that I want to do something here to the front. I'll be right back. So to finish everything off, I'm going to use one of the scalloped flat cards from the Paper Studio. And I only buy these when they're on sale, and they were on sale at 40% off of the $2.99. So very good bargain. But I am just going to take this, add some tape. Then I'm going to take this and just put it down on the box. Y'all, I'm not doing much. I'm just going to keep it very simple. And then I'm going to take this little sticker here from the Celebrate Life sticker pack. This is also from Hobby Lobby, $5.99 at 40% off. So I am just going to take this one that says, do more of what makes you happy. And I am going to place it right here in the middle. Not perfect, but you know what? That is good enough. Then I'm going to take just a couple of these. Add one right there to cover some of that dead white space. And then I'll take another piece. Let's see if we take this piece and we put it right there. So now we have this beautiful card box set with larger than normal cards on the inside. This one is 8.5 by 5.5. This one is 6.5 by 5.5, and this one is 6.5 by 5.5. And then we have envelopes to go with it. So then here on the inside, I don't think I'm going to put any words. I am just going to add just a little piece of this on the inside. Not much, just keeping it very simple. And I'll do the same thing with these. I'm just going to add a little something to the inside by pulling away some of these. Sticking with the black, white, and gold theme of this project. And there we have it, y'all. We have a really beautiful, fun card set made with those Dollar Tree decals. Look at what we are able to do pretty inexpensively. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, crafty Dollar Tree project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, y'all, and this is how we do it. So I would love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful, crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.